Hi everybody, this is Erin Prangy coming to you from the Big Muddy Dance Company, and we are so excited to launch our brand new podcast, Dance Chatter. And our very first podcast episode is with our new artistic director, Kirven Douthit-Boyd. So we're going to actually stream this via video as well as our audio podcast so that those of you who know Kirven and want to learn more about him can get a visual on all of the great things that he has to say about his vision for the Big Muddy and our next chapter. Hope you enjoy. Well, hi everybody. Welcome to Dance Chatter, the Big Muddy Dance Company's new launched podcast. And I'm here, Erin Prangy, with our very new artistic director, Kirven Douthit-Boyd.
Hey.
We are so thrilled to have him with us. We just put out the big announcement, and so we're both releasing this new podcast episode as our first, along with the video, so you guys can, see him in all his glory and let us know all his thoughts. So I'm gonna first ask you to tell everybody kind of a 30-second synopsis of where you've been, what your career has looked like up till now.
Of course. So my training was in Boston and in New York, and then I joined Ailey 2 right after high school, which is a junior company of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. And then I was taken into the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater right after that in 2004. I performed there, dancing all around the world with some incredible rep and some really remarkable experiences. I did that for 11 years. I also spent some time dancing with Battleworks, which was Robert Battle, who is now the artistic director of the Ailey Company. Right. Did some work with his company. I also currently still guest sometimes with Ron K. Brown Evidence, a dance company in New York City, in Brooklyn. So that's been like my performance career. I've also choreographed workshops in different schools. I've done the summer program at the Juilliard School. I created something for them, and the Ailey School, and Webster, and here at Big Muddy. I've been really stretching myself as a creator as well. So that's my art in a nutshell.
I love it. Oh my gosh, you've been everywhere. This is amazing. So I know this is probably a hard one to pin down, but what would you say has been your most profound experience of your career to date?
I have to say that it's all been kind of profound. I know that's kind of, I don't know if that's a cliche way to put it, but when I think about my career, I was so blessed. I was so blessed to be taken into spaces when I was, even at times when I didn't think that I was ready, because I was going through exactly what I needed to go through at those times. And so, I got into the Ailey Company when I was 19, and I spent 11 years there, and I grew up there, and I needed to grow up in that space. I needed to have those experiences. And then when I left Ailey, I got to move here to St. Louis, to help the community and to give back to the dance community, especially at the pre-professional level and the recreational level, and learn so many things in the beginning processes of that moment. And then also I got my MFA while I was here, right. And so graduate school was life-changing, really. I went through the program at Hollins University with some really incredible human beings who were so just so smart, academically, but also in their approaches and their different approaches to dance, to what they contribute to this landscape. And I got to sit in rooms with them and learn so much, and it really helped me shift the way that I think about dance. Yeah. And so that moment was something that I needed then too. So, and then now I feel like all of that has really prepared me for this moment with the Big Muddy. And I'm just, I'm a forever student, and I'm really looking forward to, helping the company evolve and grow.
I love that. It's so funny because I feel like, I think a lot of our audience members on the podcast and on social media are dancers currently. And I remember as a dancer, as I'm sure you do, that when you're in a moment in the middle of your career, it feels like everything. Like that one event feels like everything. Mm-hmm. But then afterward, when you're looking back at this whole scope of your career, and like I say, what's the most profound experience, and you say the entire thing, it's like it all becomes a singular experience almost. Like you just see it as like this whole journey.
It really that's
here.
That's exactly right. And it's so funny because like when I was dancing with Ailey, I couldn't imagine anything else. You know what I mean? And that was beautiful for me because that meant I was really focused on what I was trying to do, and I was really, I was so fortunate to be a dancer who danced a lot of things there. Mm-hmm. And so I really feel like my focus in that way is what helped me make the best of that experience, and it also is what has now become my network.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it just, I look back on it all and I'm like, wow, I'm so blessed. Like just really, really, really blessed.
You've done a lot of it.
I've done a lot
too.
of it.
You've done it. Oh my gosh. Well, so talk to me about what kinds of changes you've seen in the dance landscape since you started out as a dancer. Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, I think the most noticeable change to the dance landscape is all of the dance for film and mm-hmm. the way that the ways that everything is so accessible now via social media, and just people are brave. Artists are brave mm-hmm. for the most part, I would say. I really feel like this time has shown us all that the possibilities are really endless, and that you just have to engage in the right kind of dialogue, right, with the right folks, and then make your art and put it out there, and I think that there are so many people that are doing just that, and it's just beautiful to watch these new up and coming folks flourish, and also to see some of our some staples in the dance community like coming back to life. And it's just it's really fun for me actually to be entering into this space now where I have to start thinking in a not a completely different way, because it's similar to some work that I've been doing, but it's just like I'm like a mad scientist, so to speak. You know what I mean? I'm like, it really is like the St. Louis community also is really supportive.
Yes.
And so I'm really excited about about bringing this company to the forefront in new ways.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Me too. How do you see St. Louis fitting into that big picture, like on a national level, let's say?
This is the moment. This is the moment, this is the moment. I think that, not just me getting into this position, but just like, again, for all of us to be brave, and again, I think that there's a lot of support here. So I think that we need to be very, very smart about the way that we market our work, and very intentional about what we put on the stage and the kinds of experiences that we bring both to our artists and our audiences. And just, try to bring everyone along for the ride. And I think the more support we get and the more, we help the community understand that, like, St. Louis should be, like, it can be that place, that hub. It already is, in my opinion.
Yes, for me too.
You know what I mean? It already is, but, like, I think that there's even more work that we can do to get our work noticed on a national level, and I think that the support of the community is what's going to help us do that.
You know what I notice is that the people here in St. Louis that support the arts and love the arts think of this as an arts town.
Yeah.
But no one else in the U.S.
It's so true.
No one else thinks of St. Louis as an arts town.
No,
it's not the arts destination.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they saw what St. Louisans see, that it would be. It
would be, absolutely. And that's the thing, like, there's space for all of us, like we don't have to be in competition with anybody.
Right.
We just have to be bringing what it is that we feel is near and dear to us to the stage at a very high level. That's my thing. I'm like, I was so fortunate to, be immersed in the Ailey world at the time that I was, and it really informed, not not just like what I think about dance, or like, what is good dance. It definitely, some of it comes from there, but excellence, period. How you show up in the world, how you know what I mean, like the how you talk about the work, how you understand the subtext of the art that you're delivering so that the audience gets it. You know what I mean? Like, so so it's like I'm so excited to put some of that and what I've learned with the myriad of things that I've pulled from, my time at Hollins and creating, and like, just my entire journey really is what I'm bringing to this. And I think that, like I said, support from the community is what we need.
Absolutely. So what drew you to the Big Muddy as a choreographer? Because you've been a long time choreographer. You've been with us since, I think, our first season.
Beginning. Yep.
Yes,
the
very
beginning. Yes.
And also, you have served as our artistic curator for this coming season. You helped create the lineup, and then now with this announcement coming on as our new artistic director. So what was the initial draw for you to the Big Muddy in each of these roles?
First, the initial draw as choreographer was the former artistic director. She reached out to me and was like, will you create something? And I was like, sure. I love to create. I love this city. There's a dance company. Yes, I want to see what that's about.
And our founder,
Paula, yeah.
She had a huge vision as well.
Yeah.
And like created something from nothing. So
absolutely. Pretty incredible. I mean, it's like it's beautiful to be at this iteration of the Big Muddy, right? Yeah. It's like, everything, I feel like, everything serves a purpose. She had to do what she had to do, and then Brian did what he did, and then now I get to, stand on that lineage and continue to to put my sauce in there. So I'm really excited about it.
It's an amazing new chapter.
Yeah, but that was my initial introduction to the company, and then from there I just like fell in love. So anytime I was asked, I was like, yeah, absolutely. And it was my opportunity because I was still dancing at the time, and it was my opportunity actually to unplug from that and to stretch myself in new creative ways. And so there were so many sides of me that were building, as I was performing full time. So it was always such a treat to be able to come and to create work for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we loved having you. Okay, so the big question that I know everyone is wanting to hear about. Tell us about your vision for the Big Muddy's next chapter.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what that time span looks like. Just tell us your thoughts.
I mean, Big Muddy, I feel like is for the community. And again, I came here to St. Louis with a commitment to help elevate the dance landscape. And I feel like Big Muddy is a wonderful opportunity for me to contribute in that way. One thing that is very important to me is for the dancers to look like the community, and I said very, very candidly in my interview that, I want to work to make sure that dancers of all backgrounds feel comfortable, auditioning for us and dancing in this ensemble. Yep. That's something that I think is crucial to our work. And also, so I want to start with the art, honestly, how we're presenting, how and what we are presenting to the community. So different kinds of experiences, artistic and creative experiences for the dancers, but also curating evenings of work that the city can feel good about coming to see. Again, not that was not happening. However, part of the vision is to evolve that, right? And then big picture is a complete organizational evolution. You know what I mean? Like, we're still down in terms of manpower. You know what I mean? We need to be building a marketing team and development team and maybe one day a building for our work. But I think that we start by way of the art. you know, and
it always has to start there.
It has to start there. Securing this as a space where the dancers feel challenged and they feel motivated and they feel encouraged and they feel, you know, like they need to pull up sometimes, because you want that too, right?
Yep.
But just making it a place, you know, a good landing spot for dancers for a good amount of time, and that's taking care of them and building that side of what we do. And I want to start there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, it's leveling up on all sides.
Yeah.
But again, it has to start with the art.
It has to start with the art.
What's on the stage.
It has to start with what's on the stage. And so that's what, you know, not that I was chosen for this role when I, you know, was curating the next season, but, you know, that was my thought process in engaging the creatives that, you know, are coming to work with the company next year. You know, Norbert De La Cruz is a brilliant young creative, and you know he was someone that we spent time at Hollins together. So you know, got to listen to him talk about dance, which was also something so encouraging and inspirational to me. And he, you know, he creates the things that you know that I mean, obviously he creates things that he likes.
Sure,
but
like anyone else.
You know, like anyone else. No, but just such a really thoughtful approach to how he makes dance, and I'm really excited for him to get into the room with the dancers. Also, Tang Dao, someone is also makes really beautiful contemporary works, and I'm so excited for him to get in the room. Elizabeth Corbett is someone that has done work or was a member of Ballet Frankfurt in Germany under William Forsythe. And so she teaches a lot of, you know, Forsythe technologies, and really is so careful and detailed in the way that she crafts dance. But also I want her specifically to come because I know that she's gonna force some things out of the dancers that maybe they didn't think that they were capable of doing. And then Marcus Willis is someone who I shared the stage with in the Ailey Company, and also has just been, Marcus and I go back to the Ailey School when we were when we were like 15. Right?
That's
and
awesome.
So I've been able to watch so many iterations of him as a human being, and just he's always been hyper creative, just like, you know, a singer, a this, a that, whatever, you know, and really recently has been doing some work with Two Dance in Minnesota, and has built this really beautiful duet recently. And I was like, hey, please come and share your art with the St. Louis community.
That his work has been said to resemble vaudeville era.
It's
which surprised me. I just didn't. I didn't see that coming.
So clever. It's so clever because it also has this movement vocabulary that is very familiar when you look at it, but in the context of the art that he's created around that, it's like, what am I watching, and why do I love this so much?
It's like subliminal messaging or something.
I'm just really looking forward to you know, the versatility that this is going to pull out of our artists.
Yeah. And what do you hope the audiences take away from this season? Like by the time we hit spring, what do you think the audience?
I hope the audience is just like, you know, rejuvenized by all of what they've seen for the whole season. I hope that they feel, you know, hopeful for what's to come. I hope that they fall in love with dance all over again. I hope that it is like, you know, it is like earth-shattering, life-changing, all of the things. I just really want folks to be proud, honestly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, we couldn't be more excited about this.
I'm so excited.
I'm
so excited.
And I hope that everybody comes out to check out the new season, because it's going to be absolutely amazing. And I have to give you a hug.
All of the love. All of the love.
Yes. Well, thank you all so much for joining us, and we hope that you will check us out online, check us out on social media, subscribe for the new season, and check out our next podcast episode coming up soon.
Yay!
Thanks, guys. We'll be back soon. We hope you enjoyed this very first episode of Dance Chatter, our podcast for the Big Muddy Dance Company. and we hope you'll follow us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also learn more about the Big Muddy Dance Company at our website, thebigmuddydanceco.org, and you can learn more about our upcoming season that is specially curated by Kirven Douthit-Boyd. Stay well in dancing, and we hope to see you at the theater.